That Luis Enrique was thinking maybe I shouldn't play him tonight?
I bet he thought about it, because he thinks if he gets injured today, maybe he's missing against Sevilla. And of course, it's Sevilla, PSG, Valencia, PSG, Espanyol, of course, next for Barcelona. But he will always play if he's available, and he's available, but he's not comfortable. He's gone back to the old boots that are a little bit bigger than the ones that he's having at the moment, because he's still in pain.
Luis Enrique does make changes, though, from the win against Celta Vigo. 6, in fact. Bartra, Mascherano, Rakitic, Sergio Roberto, Xavi and Pedro all come in. As for Almeria, 5 changes for the new coach, Sergi. Marin, Casado, Thomas, Espinosa and Edgar Mendes. Marin is 18 years old. He's a Spanish under-19 international. He's making his debut tonight. What a debut that is. Just on Lionel Messi, we're seeing him, he's starting Carlos. If you were a teammate and you knew he couldn't get his right boot on properly, some big games to come, the treble's still on, would you say anything to him to say, look, we don't need you right now, just rest?
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to say. The key is stay on the bench in case, because on the pitch the game is going to look easy, but you never know what can happen. Really big games, Champions League. It's better to take rest and wait for the next one.
The thing is, though, he could get an injury in training. So you tell him not to train as well. You keep him in a box until the next game, and that's the thing. With him, you need to play, because the risk of not playing him. Remember what happened against Real Sociedad?
Yes, with him, he wants to play, so if he wants to play, he plays, simple as that. But a baptism of fire for that man there, isn't that? A Barcelona legend.
Yeah, Barcelona legend. He was on the other side of Xavi Ferrer in the dream team, fullback, both historical fullback for Barcelona and for Spain, and experience only in the second division, so his first game in the first division.
OK, Barcelona play first and have the chance to go 7 points ahead of Real Madrid. Surely they must take it. The commentary team, Jerry Armstrong and Rob Palmer.
Well, it may be a slightly experimental Barcelona starting 11 tonight, but they're up against Almeria, who are second from bottom of the table. They visited the Nou Camp on 7 previous occasions, Almeria, and they've lost all 7 games. They've only ever managed to score 2 goals at this magnificent auditorium. And when we look at their starting 11 tonight, they are severely weakened. They've lost Michel Macedo and Fran Velez, and as Scott was saying, they start Antonio Marin, who's only 19 years of age, no La Liga experience, and just 196 minutes of first-team action in the Copa del Rey. Tonight he's got to keep Messi and Suarez and the World Cup winner Pedro quiet.
And you say that all before I say they've won 5 times away from home this season, Rob. But they've only won 6 times. That's the problem with Almeria. That's why they're down in the bottom 3 of the table. It's a massive game for them, but I don't see any joy in this match. You have to fancy Barcelona.
Well, Barcelona have made 6 changes from the narrow win in Vigo against Celta at the weekend. When you look at their starting 11, they are hardly weakened, just freshened. A couple of key players unavailable to Luis Enrique tonight. Busquets is suspended. Jordi Alba is undergoing treatment for a thigh injury. An opportunity to look at the likes of Pedro, who hasn't had as much playing time as he normally would. Adriano, who is starting just his 6th La Liga game of the season. Last year he played 24 times in the Spanish top flight, and only a 3rd start of the season for Sergi Roberto, who has been linked with a number of English Premier League clubs. Fine athletic midfield player who does need some game time.
I think that's the key for me. He really does need to play, and I've said it before, Rob. He needs the experience, and every time I've seen him play for Barcelona, he's done well, particularly when he's been leading the midfield in the Copa del Rey. He played really well. I think it was against Elche, and surprised me. Good engine, good pass to the ball, but needs to play more often.
Well, Barcelona kick off the game 4 points above Real Madrid, who are in action tonight. It's not an easy game. They play Rayo Vallecano in our second part of the double bill. Enrique saying that he's selected a side which will guarantee 3 points. of a storm.
Well, you're going to see a lot of possession from the home side. Always 70% plus. And look at this, everybody behind the ball here for Almeria. Don't want to concede an early goal.
Suarez to Messi, to Suarez. Missing Neymar tonight. Pedro's taken his place. Almeria have been pinched inside their own half. They didn't make it easy for Barcelona when they met earlier in the season, though. Towards Suarez and going to ground is Julian Cuesta, the goalkeeper. When they met earlier in the season, it was a 2-1 success for Barcelona. Almeria were leading in that game. Alves puts in the cross. All of that did look suspiciously like handball.
Yeah, did it take a slight deflection, deviation, which made it difficult for the defender. Let's have a look, see. Chest, arm. I think it had everything.
He's in his bumps today.
It was. It had everything. He looked startled when it hit him.
Here's Xavi. Of course, spent the international break over in Qatar. I believe negotiating his autumn years. He's due to meet with the hierarchy of Barcelona this week to negotiate his release. I believe he's still contracted till 2016. Messi hooks it towards Adriano. Now Pedro enters the area with ease. Good cross and a comfortable clearance from Casado.
Super play from Pedro, Rob. Change of gear there, just dropped the shoulder outside the full-back. Cuts it across the 6-yard box and no one to tap it in. Normally Suarez is the one that's lurking around there, but they're picking up momentum. Barcelona ahead of what's going to be the first goal, I think.
Gypsy Jerry has looked into his crystal ball. Jerry towards Rakitic. Just won't give up possession, will they? Here is Lionel Messi.
Great defender.
Rakitic. Sergio Roberto. Adriano. Suarez flips it in. Easy header for Casado.
Fullback's done well. Casado twice now, Rob. Oh, given away cheaply.
Mendes gives it away. Rakitic with a tempting cross. And Trujillo concedes another corner.
That's what happens when you get strikers in the wrong area. Well, he didn't get the ball, but I think he got enough of it. You see Pedro's lost possession there, and the sliding challenge comes in from it's Chimo Navarro who makes the challenge.
Free header. Luis Suarez knows that by his world-class standards, it was a goal-scoring opportunity.
He gets his head on it, he'll expect it to hit the target. It's a decent ball in, he gets himself a half a yard. He's frustrated, he always expects to score, he always expects to hit the target. But his goals balance is better now, Rob. You know, he's picked up a lot of goals, Suarez, in the last 6 or 7 weeks. He's been playing really well. He's working hard for the team and creating chances for Messi and Neymar, but he's on 14 goals himself now, which is very good. So it's too far from
Luis Suarez, who has assisted in 10 goals as well. Luis Suarez is well as scoring the 14 goals. Beginning to pay back that massive transfer fee from Liverpool.
It's a good return at the moment. He's doing well. It's not the best kick out from the goalkeeper, Cuesta.
It's Corona. And Gary Mendes. Looking for Thierry. Almeria into the game in pretty desperate form. They've lost 3 of the last 4 games, including the last 2. They are sinking fast into the 2nd division in Spain. Dani Alves. Thierry.
Closed down by Sergio Roberto. He's the anchor man in midfield tonight. That's the run, and he doesn't quite get it. And there you can see Chimo. And he got a little bit of a touch on the ball. Pedro doesn't get anywhere near the ball either. The referee's in a good position. No penalty.
Pedro, I saw today linked in the English newspapers with a move to Liverpool. I'm sure that was speculation, but until I think he came to the English Premier League, you wouldn't realise just what a class player he is. Maybe a little bit
Absolutely.
like Ozil and Sanchez, who were second kind of tier players at their major clubs. But Pedro is truly class.
How do you keep players like that happy, though? You know, when you look at the forward line and Suarez and Messi and Neymar in the front three, and they're always going to be first choice. It makes it difficult for Pedro, but he's still got 10 goals this season.
There you go, Suarez. He's offside. Pedro is trying to feed him. Pedro's CV, fantastic, isn't he? World Cup winner, won the Euros in 2012. Started the final of the World Cup. Over 50 caps for Spain. This is only his 13th start this season, though, in La Liga. But anyway, Jerry, after Barcelona, is going to be a step down, isn't it?
That is true, but if he wants to have a more fulfilled career and play more games, that's what he's going to have to do. He's got to make a big decision.
There's Lionel Messi. Maybe his fulfillment is waking up in the morning, seeing the beautiful sunshine, and then getting to training and realising he's on the five-a-side team with Lionel Messi.
Yeah, that's the other side of it, absolutely.
It's pretty good job satisfaction to me. There is Pedro. Xavi.
I just wonder, is he fulfilling his potential, though? That's the thing. In those years, you can't get back. Sometimes you have to bite the bullet and make a decision.
He seems contented. Barcelona will not want to be letting anybody go unnecessarily. There's, of course, the inevitable that Xavi will move on, but that will be a noble move after a decade and a half of service to Barcelona. With the transfer embargo on them, not bring players in, so I doubt many will be going out. Here's Messi. It's almost like a game, isn't it, for Almeria to run the ball to the halfway line. That's an achievement for them.
If they get there, Rob, they haven't got there too often, to be fair. And Messi on the ball again.
There's Messi, looking for Adriano on the far side, but they've checked his run.
See, he was looking for the angle in between the goalkeeper and the last defender, the full-back. He saw the run from Adriano. He's trying to pick him out. Too much pace on the ball. Still doesn't look comfortable to me, does he? He's had a couple of runs and not really been running freely. Still that injury, and it's a delicate one, it's a dangerous one. If he gets an injury in this match and he misses out against Paris Saint-Germain, he could suffer the consequences and maybe not go through to the next stages.
Of course, the last time that we didn't select Messi from the start against Real Sociedad, they lost. A bit of fallout from that.
Yeah, but he was fit for that one, Rob. I don't think he's fully fit here. This is the difference.
I think Luis Enrique would argue that maybe he was physically fit, but he was rather jet-lagged after a long journey back.
That's a good point.
Xavi, Adriano's cross. Here's Rakitic. Tries to make space, and they've been a little bit kind, Barcelona, to Almeria. Bartra comes across.
Good challenge. Good challenge, plays it off the defender. Edgar Mendes, and wins the throw-in. Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets. Relaxing in the stand.
Well, a very warm day has turned into a cool spring night in Catalonia. Messi makes his move. This is Alves. Alves teases the ball in, takes the deflection. Cuesta comes a long way. Suarez. Alves. Great ball. And a weak header from Lionel Messi.
Well, he's headed it pretty well, Rob, but he's too far out. He's just inside the penalty area here. This has got to be about 14, 15 yards, and Dani Alves finds him, but he wasn't going to score from that range, I think. Scores a lot of goals, more than people give him credit for, the little man. And he's due a goal.
was
good run.
there was Suarez.
Tell you what, he timed that run right to perfection. The flag didn't go up. He waited till the ball was struck. He was playing off the shoulder of the last defender and got on the end of it. Suarez, he's done really well there.
Corona. Edgar Mendes. Now Casado.
Good ball.
The battle from Espinosa and coming off his line and breaking his boredom and getting his first touch with 13.5 minutes gone. Is Claudio Bravo.
Well, Bravo from Bravo. He came out. He was a little bit slow to come out, but he made it his. It was a 50-50. Very positive from the goalkeeper. Excellent play here. And look at the run from Edgar Mendez. Is he offside? He's leaning offside, possibly. If he scores, that would have been controversial, wouldn't it?
To Corona. Coming out of their shell a little bit now. Almeria. Casado fires it in. Barcelona getting back a little bit lazily here. Wellington, the young man on loan from Arsenal. To Thierry. Remember had a short spell at West Bromwich Albion. He tiptoes through the area. Now Wellington. Oh! We almost had a shot on the cards then.
Rob, great play from them. I have to say the build-up's excellent, and Wellington so close here. Excellent play, cut back. Wellington's first touch in, angles tight, took a deflection just here off Pedro. Pedro's done well. I think that's going in the back of the net.
Well, Wellington Silver was quite a young talent. Arsenal spent €4 million to sign him from Fluminense almost 5 years ago now. May not be too familiar to Arsenal because this is his 5th loan from North London. It's another tempting little cross.
Well, they've shown on 2 occasions now that they can cause a problem when they get forward. Thomas's cross at the end wasn't great. Now let's have a look. This is the run from Suarez. Rob, he is unbelievable. He's timed it to perfection. The ball holds up a little bit. Defender gets back in and manages to make the block. And it's good defending in the end from Chimo.
Messi. Barcelona are having problems working their way through what has been a very tight and packed defence so far.
Yeah, 2 backs of 4. Well, and the 2 strikers are both back in their own defensive third. But they're keeping it narrow. They're 5 yards in front of the back 4. And Messi, well, he runs into the fullback, and Dani Alves does the same.
Bartra to Rakitic. Well, back by Bravo. Bravo. Football from back by Barcelona. Alves. Rakitic. Roberto. Now Pedro. Xavi. Lionel Messi. Ball to Rakitic. Oh, it's a shame. That was a move that started at the feet of the goalkeeper about 25 passes ago. Pure football.
It's good play.
It is. It's Thierry taking on the whole Barcelona defence. Espinosa. A wasted run. Mascherano, man for, well, say all positions, but 2 positions at the moment. He's tending to alternate between the holding midfield slot and centre defence. Interesting without Busquets in the side tonight. Sergio Roberto plays that anchor role. It's Messi. He left the ball behind. Espinosa. I think the keeper was too willing to take it off in there.
No, he didn't want it. Dangerous ball, and Neymar has to sit and wait at the back.
Wasn't a bad first time. Volley welcome shot. Speculative stuff from Pedro, but hoping somebody would get the telling touch in the centre.
It's a great ball initially from Messi, but look at his body shape here on the left foot, volley. That's what you want to do. If you're going to miss it at the far post. He cuts across the ball, not enough to hit the target, but a decent effort from Pedro, and Sergi, he's telling his lads to calm down. The front three are quick, Rob. You know, Xavi and Wellington and Edgar Mendes, they're quick. They got one-on-one situations. They could have caused a few problems.
Well, it's Sergi's debut as the coach of Almeria. He's the fourth man to take charge of the team this season. Post Jim and Ignacio.
What a first game to take a charge of, though. Away to Barcelona, my goodness.
Well, if anybody knows the club, it is Sergi.
Absolutely.
He's here as part of the dream team. 93 to 2002. 3 league winners' medals. A couple of Copa del Rey's. Was part of Bobby Robson's European Cup Winners' Cup team as well. 9 majors in total as a player.
Super little fullback, wasn't he?
He was reliable. Messi. Mascherano.
Almost a good ball from Mascherano. Dani Alves' first touch. He was stretching for it, but it was a poor one.
Xavi has entertained us and educated us in football over the last decade or so. These are his final few games in the colours of Barcelona. These have been privileged years to see one of the great midfield players of all time. His 753rd appearance tonight.
Wow. He could pass long, short. I think there was a better passer in the last 10, 11 years in Spanish football than Xavi Hernandez.
Sergi, of course, was in the Barcelona team with him in the early days. He was a teammate. His opposite number tonight, Luis Enrique, they had 6 years together for Barcelona and a couple of World Cups as well.
That's right, was it 98?
94 and 98.
94, 98, yeah. There must have been a European Championship sandwiched in there as well, 96.
Euro 96. Adriano. Step over, loses the defender. Just over the head of Rakitic, and safe and sensible from Casado.
Couldn't take a chance, Rob. Taken quickly.
Shouting, everybody back for Almeria. Little Messi on the ball. 3 come to close him down. Sergi Roberto to Adriano. Unnecessary foul from Adriano.
Yeah, on TV's just turned the wrong way and Adriano was caught. He bundles into the striker, gives away the free kick. Another one with such a utility player, Adriano. You'd think he'd play a lot more games than he has, Rob. I know he's had a few injuries as well, but I'd expected him to play at least 15-20 games in the season.
It's Xavi. Spinoza. He's a Barcelona B player until the summer. And that's right. It's been very pretty. Usual possession from Barcelona. But what's missing tonight, Jerry, is that ruthless streak. We saw it from Real Madrid at the weekend when they got 9 past Granada.
It took them a little while to break them down first. Here's a chance now.
Spare man at the far post, just evading Pedro. Pedro.
Thing is, when he comes back on his right foot, inside on the left, Rob, the ball's always going to swing away from the attacking player, and you can see the momentum. It just zips off the surface there. Too far for Pedro to get on the end of.
Luis Enrique is very keen that his players lay down the mark for Real Madrid, who are involved in our second game this evening.
Well, if they go 7 points clear, that would put an awful lot of pressure on Real Madrid. Excellent play. Here's Mascherano.
Sergio Roberto. Alves. Messi in this preferred position of starting from the right tonight. Suarez, brilliant feet from Suarez. But across the goal, and no willing takers.
He did the right thing, Rob. I think he felt he had to square it. He's done so well. The run from Suarez is brilliant. The pass and the weight of the pass from Messi is superb. Cuts inside the defender, and then he tees it up for someone to come and tap it in. I think Pedro had hung out a little bit longer. That was Sergio Roberto who got on the end of that one. Couldn't direct it on target.
It's all been friendly fire so far from Barcelona.
Yeah, but see, the runs of Suarez is excellent, Rob. There, Trujillo is who he gets past here. Trujillo, the centre half. It's good defending as well in the end, I have to say, from
Young Marin.
Antonio Marin, who's playing more as a right-sided defender, right back rather than a centre half, Rob.
Sergio Roberto to Xavi. Pedro. Suarez central. Oh dear. It's not so often you say about Barcelona if they can make the wrong pass, they do make the wrong pass, but that's been recurring.
Yeah. Well, the other thing for Barcelona, and he's on the bench tonight, Neymar, he hasn't scored for quite a while. And that puts him under pressure and the team under pressure.
Espinosa.
Sergio will be happy though, I have to say, as will the Almeria players.
Thomas Partey to Espinosa.
Great first touch, that wasn't it?
Maybe Sergio's going to have to lower his expectations a little bit here. He's a player at Barcelona, then he went into the coaching system behind the scenes of the club as well. It's part of the youth policy for a couple of years.
I find it difficult to break them down, Rob. You see the 2 banks of 4.
It's Messi. Obstacles in the way, continues. Nice ball to Adriano. Now Messi on the blind side. It wasn't a bad tackle at all from Wellington Silva.
There's no appeal from Messi either. The referee was in a great position. And you can see here Wellington. Silva gets across, wins the ball. No arguments, let's see.
Looks a player when we see him, Wellington Silva, the young Brazilian, but he's yet to score this season for Almeria.
He's got a lot of pace, he's got good technique. And he's just won a free kick. There's a nudge in the back from Adriano. He's given a couple of silly free kicks away and a little bit of petulance as well. See, he hasn't played that many games.
Free kick taken quickly, Thierry. Partey. Wellington wide. Marin. Bartra takes control. Referee spotted a small shove in there.
Wasn't too sure there was anything wrong. The challenge that came in there was maybe late from Espinosa. That's the only thing I could say.
Messi. Only one foul from Almeria, who have the reputation as being the hard men of Spanish football. They have the worst card count this season. 99 yellows and 9 red cards.
It was a few years ago, I think they bettered that, Rob. Was it 11 or 12 they had in one season?
I think it was 14, if my memory serves me right. Half of the games they had a player sent off it.
Yeah, they had a very poor reputation, I know that.
Dani Alves. They've actually not finished the last 3 games with a full complement of players. Almeria. Xavi to Messi. Strong tackle from Sergio Roberto. As I said before, Barcelona trying to lay down a marker because their nearest rivals, Real Madrid, are in action following this game. And uptown, isn't it, against Rayo Vallecano here on Sky Sports 5 tomorrow night. It's Athletic Bilbao against Valencia. 7 o'clock kickoff in that one. The weekend, Malaga at home against Atletico Madrid, our early offering. Barca go to Sevilla, that's a tough game. And then on Sunday, David Moyes' Real Sociedad at home against Deportivo La Coruña, followed by Cordoba against Elche. We take a short intake of breath before we review it all on Revista on Monday at 6. Here's Pedro. Adriano to Xavi. Whoever's playing that dimension drum is doing an excellent job in keeping the rhythm going. As for the spectators so far, it's hardly been riveting, it's been repetitive. The end of the corner, Barcelona, almost half an hour gone. In desperate need of a breakthrough. Dani Alves. Roberto. Adriano goes wide to Pedro. String of Barcelona players in there. It's towards Lionel Messi. He's not bad at heading the ball, but if he very rarely leaps above a player. Alves with a cross. Arms go up. Flag stays down. Comes to Xavi.
Oh, he's unlucky. He's hit it sweet, Rob, hasn't it? It's been teed up from nicely. He's hit it too nicely. Keeper's positioning was excellent, Cuesta. 30 minutes gone. I think if you asked Sergi would he settle for 0-0 at 30 minutes, he'd have said yes, no problem.
Well, he settled for 0-0 after 2 minutes. It's a certain fear factor on Adriano's cross. Casado. It's a dangerous game to play your way out of defence. Xavi Navarro. There's Rakitic. Barcelona build again. It's a game of patience being played by the Catalans. Xavi. Messi. Rakitic. Suarez. Rakitic. Confirmed it was onside, but for a great player like Xavi, you have to say that was a rather weak shot.
He's hit it too well, hasn't he? He's hit it straight at the keeper. Sometimes you need to miss hit them now. Xavi's
looked lively. Bartra contains him. Now Rakitic. Just wonder sometimes, Jerry, whether Luis Enrique may consider allowing Almeria a little slice of possession here, let them come on to Barcelona and then counter-attack at the breakneck speed, which we know they're capable of.
I think it suits them better if there's less people behind the ball when they've got 10 players behind the ball as we have here, and they've double cover. You see, look, 2 backs of 4, Rob. It's difficult to break down. They'll let them have the ball in the wide position and say, well, go and cross, because we've got better players in the air than you. There's Messi.
Messi drops the shoulder, past one. Goes for the corner.
What a goal.
He's broken the deadlock in classic Messi style. Nobody else was capable of scoring until Lionel Messi stepped up to the plate.
Do you know he has double cover there as he's got the ball and he goes past the first player too easy for me. But then when he's got one-on-one with the full-back, he just shapes it slightly, moves it half a yard to the left, and you know he's going to hit it and bend it a foot outside the far post and curl it inside the post. It's brilliant play. Now this is the first piece of defending. The two defenders don't help each other because I think the other player is too far away from him, for me. And he just skips past. I think it's Edgar. Far too easy. Passes Edgar, and then he skips inside on his left foot past Casado, the left back. But it's a fantastic finish. That's what he's quality about, Rob. He's just top drawer.
Well, he's now on 32 goals this season. Of course, he fell behind Cristiano Ronaldo, who scored the 5 at the weekend in the Pichichi, the Golden Boot in Spain.
Is that the floodgates going to open now?
Yeah, maybe so. Is that the sound of rushing water from the floodgates? Xavi. Sergio Roberto. Alves. Roberto. Xavi. Here's Messi. 33 goals he scored in La Liga.
Yeah, he's
44 in all competitions.
3 behind Ronaldo now.
Here is Messi. Good feet. Takes 3 or 4 tackles to stop it from different people. And then Suarez throws his weight around on Wellington Silva.
Well, Messi tries to find space. It's a good tackle from Thomas initially, but he's blocked. His attempt at clearance is blocked by Suarez. And he fouls him after that. This is the angle. Look at the angle, Rob. Always shaping to curl it outside, but that's the problem I've got. Going past Edgar too easy. But that's world class. That's a world class finish. You can't stop that, and Sergi knows that.
He wanted to play. Luis Enrique was never going to argue with Lionel Messi. And Messi, with 10 minutes to half-time, is the difference between the two sides. A moment of brilliance.
Well, that's what you needed. To break the deadlock, a determined and stubborn defence.
Rakitic.
There was 2 players colliding with each other. Dani Alves was on the receiving end. Was it Sergio Roberto and he clashed? Yeah, he gets caught by Sergio Roberto.
It was Bartra. Was it not Bartra there? It was Bartra that caught him, wasn't it?
Bartra, sorry, yeah. It was his own teammate. It was accidental, obviously, but both of them had their eyes on the ball.
Dani Alves. Now Lionel Messi. Messi goes on the outside. Quite so lethal with his right foot.
There's a wry smile there. He tries to whip at him with his right foot. Not one of his better efforts.
On a bad bench, Iniesta, Piqué, Neymar, Nacho scored 2 vital goals in 2 matches.
2 and 2, 2 big goals, Rob, I'd say, yeah.
He's not embarrassed by his riches, Luis Enrique.
Yeah, he's got the key players fit at the moment. There's only Vermaelen and he's back to training this week. He's been missing most of the season. Jordi Alba's got a little bit of a knock. Other than that, they're fine.
Marin skies the ball. Espinosa, a little more commitment. He could have had his name up in lights.
He got into the box, and you're right, Rob, he didn't really show the determination that he wanted it, and he was going to hit the target hard with it. I think the ball hit him rather than him attack the ball. Good turn from Suarez.
Suarez makes the space. Now to Messi. Pass Partey. Xavi tees it up for Adriano. Looking for Messi. Partey had followed him every step of the way. Thierry.
He's a little bit unlucky there, Thierry. Surrounded by Barcelona players, eventually gives it away. Needed a bit of support.
Rakitic strokes the ball brilliantly into the path of Dani Alves. Been so many times this season that Dani Alves has got into that position, and it's a weakness of his in Barcelona's. The cross from the right-hand side, wasteful.
Yeah, he knows he should do better than that. Well, they've got the breakthrough, they got the first goal. The build on that. Dominated possession, Rob had at least 70%. But then on the counter-attack on 2 or 3 occasions, Almeria have looked slightly dangerous.
Rakitic. The games for Barcelona are coming up thick and fast, of course. They come for Del Rey final. Paris Saint-Germain coming up in the Champions League. Wise clearance there from Trujillo. There's Rakitic. Xavi. Now Luis Suarez. Well, guilty of thinking.
Well, he knew what he wanted to do, he just didn't quite implement it. He was looking to put it past the defender and go on the end of it and get a strike in.
Almeria, as you're saying, have managed to win 5 times on the road this season, which is as many as they did the whole of last year. The problem is they've stopped scoring on their travels. Only 2 goals in the last 6 matches away from home.
Yeah, the problem is they've only scored 26 goals in total this season, but 16 of those goals have come away from home, Rob. It's their home form's let them. That's a great run.
It's a lovely ball and a great take as well from Pedro. But, Marine followed him every step.
He's a little bit unlucky, Pedro. Initially, the timing of the run was excellent. The first touch here. It's actually his first touch was good. It was his second touch was left behind him, and that allowed the young centre-back Antonio Marin to get back in.
It was a similar pass, wasn't it, a movement that created the goal for Luis Suarez in the Clásico, if you remember. Suarez took it a little better than that and swept it in.
Well, the timing of the run from Suarez is excellent. I think his runs are so well timed, off the shoulder of the last defender. Now here's a chance for Edgar Mendez.
Mendes shows willing. He is the leading scorer in the starting 11 tonight. He's managed 5 goals this season in all comps.
Yeah, it's not bad. Well, but Tomer Hemed's got 8. He's on the bench.
Nothing surprising in the statistics. Possession 65% Barcelona. Maybe the only surprising statistic is the lack of chances they're creating. Mascherano bounces off Thierry.
He's going to get booked for it.
Don't think there's ever any doubt it was going to be a yellow card. 1 or 2 of the leading lawyers of Almeria trying to go for a stronger sentence.
Well, he's strong, he's solid. It's Tievi, but he's ran into Mascherano, who did enough just to put him off balance and stop and continue his run. He had the momentum with him. That was the argument. He only had one defender to beat then, so at the back there, Bartra. Zongo warming up, Rob.
It was an attacking play. That'll just be a precaution with Tievi holding his neck. Bravo wants that wall to be built correctly. He has two protecting him.
Too
The
far
obstruction to Corona.
It's just a little bit too far out for me, but Corona fancies it.
Corona thinks it was Tievi on the far side. Barcelona defend it well. Now they're committed players forward here. Almeria. It's a rare surge from that. Partey. Is that a corner?
It's a corner
Yes,
kick.
it is.
Decent play. Don't know if they meant half of the passes, but it felt kindly for Almeria players, and as Barcelona were pushing up and sprinting out, almost caught them out.
If Almeria are going to steal a goal in the Camp Nou, it may well have to come from a set piece. Almost out the referee. He's going to add much to the first half, a few injuries. So they've chanced half a dozen players in and around the area, and one inside the goal net as well. Of course, a distraction for Bravo. And there's a weak header from Trujillo. You can see they put a lot of work into that routine.
Best defensive record in La Liga, 17 goals against Barcelona, Rob.
Barcelona have kept the clean sheet. Bravo with one difficult moment, but it's the opposite number, Julian Cuesta, who has been relatively quiet. Suarez and Pedro and Lionel Messi haven't mustered much between them. Just one moment of magic from Lionel Messi. The only goal of the first half. It's 1-0.
Yes, not the scoreline, nor perhaps the performance we expected from Barcelona against relegation-threatened Almeria, but the one bit of true class.
We certainly think that at some point one of the front three will give us something, but it's a dangerous mind frame, it's a dangerous way of thinking. The team should have now automatically more answers when teams defend that deep, and it's disappointing that they don't have it.
Do you see there's been a big discussion this season about Barcelona and style of play that Luis Enrique is introducing? Do you see a big difference, and is this something that they should really be up against the side that of course is going to sit back, but capitalising on what Almeria are trying to do and making sure they score 3 or 4?
Yeah, that was they don't have a plan. They play in the way that one player moves. They don't know other movement. Another problem they got before, they try to more chances through the middle. Now, as long as they got to wide areas, they deliver it across the ball. And the problem is they don't have big players to head that ball. And more of the time it's a missed chance.
Well, we do expect a much improved performance in the second half from Barcelona. Let's see if we get it. Let's go back to Jerry Armstrong and Rob Palmer.
One wonders whether it's intentional from Barcelona or something in the subconscious that they have stepped off the gas tonight against Almeria. Barcelona have this massive run of games coming up in La Liga. Sevilla, Valencia, their crosstown rivals Espanyol. Of course, in the Champions League, Paris Saint-Germain home and away before the month is out. So maybe I want to go hell for leather tonight. But they need to lay down the anchor, Jerry. They need a second and third goal here.
Yeah, the second goal would certainly make them a lot more comfortable. Luis Enrique would feel a lot more comfortable, and he could make some changes then, but you're right, there's a lot tougher games coming up, Rob, in terms of the Valencia, the Sevilla, the Paris Saint-Germain, Malaga. You know, there's some tough games ahead for them. Espanyol, the derby match, is another one.
If you just joined us, it A Barcelona team which has been shaken up tonight. 6 changes on the weekend. Likes of Bartra getting a game, and Sergio Roberto in the centre of midfield. Pedro, who's been periphery this season. Of course, Lionel Messi starts if he wants to play. He's partnering with Luis Suarez tonight. Messi's goal in the first half, the difference between the teams. Almeria, a club which is made up of free transfers, loan signings, and a handful of players who've come through the youth system. They actually give a debut tonight to young man Antonio Marin, who's only 18 years of age. Hasn't played in La Liga before, but hasn't been noticeable. It's part of an offside line which catches Suarez out.
No, well, he was definitely offside. You can see here he's gone about a yard.
The young man Marin, 28, who's closest to keeping him on then. But
yeah, and he was looking along the line, to be fair, and he's a centre half, but he's playing as a right back tonight, Rob. And he's done okay, I feel.
Bartra.
What good play.
Bundled off the ball by Thierry. Referee saw nothing wrong with that challenge. Partey's it enter, as is Wellington. Adriano. Now Rakitic. Xavi.
And this is when it could be interesting on the break, Rob. You were saying about when they push players forward and leave space.
Morris, almost a neat pass. Barcelona did well. Messi. To Xavi. So the deflection off an Almeria play will be a corner. Xavi would like it taken quickly. Messi overrules the counter. Messi's corner. Oh, Suarez was in there. Needed interception to prevent him scoring.
It's not as prolific this season. Where is it?
Xavi follows the line of the system. The goalkeeper, Gilad Cuesta, came a long way to help it on its way. Alves. Now Pedro. All of the usual suspects are in there. Pedro cuts it back. Adriano. Seen all of the way by Cuesta.
It's on target. I'm not sure Adriano was being picked out. He's a long way out. Easy for the goalkeeper, Cuesta. But this is the run at the near post I thought was very good. A little bit of a flick on, and there's a lot of pulling going on. Rakitic certainly being manhandled by Edgar. The referee would need to have eyes in his front of his head, his back of his head, everywhere.
Xavi. Now Pedro. Sergio Roberto. Alves. Suarez. By Rakitic, caught on the defender. Suarez to Rakitic. Rakitic teases the ball in, but lazily. Messi. Roberto to Xavi. Pedro. Rakitic. Messi. Brings it through, but Marine sticking to his task again.
I said to you in the first half, Rob, it was 2 banks of 4. It's like 2 banks of 5 now. It's a 5 and a 5. Good ball.
Good ball in, and the goalkeeper had done enough to unnerve Pedro. And Pedro ran into him. If he had been a little bit brave, a little bit more committed, may have got his goal here, because the keeper pulled out of it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They always tell you, Jerry, don't they, that you get hurt more if you don't fully commit. And neither of the two of them committed.
No, I agree. And Pedro, being the smaller of the two, I think came out worse.
Wellington Silva. onto with Partey.
Good run.
They have an extra man on the far side. Corona would like it playing in there.
Well, that was the wrong option for me. First touch should have been in front of him. Front from Wellington Silva. And again, you can see he's coming inside on his right foot, but it's poor play. And again, Barcelona counter-attack. I think they do need the second goal, Rob. Almeria still a threat on the counter-attack. Here's Xavi.
Sergio Roberto to Messi. Rakitic. Now Pedro. Xavi. He could see that gap. He could see it. This is a gliding tackle from Edgar Mendes.
Yeah, Edgar Mendes slid in, won the ball and caught Dani Alves accidentally, I have to say. Clever little passo from Xavi Hernandez here. An excellent play from the forward who's working hard as a defender, Edgar.
Mendes. Almeria have been better than their form in their league position suggests this evening. Sergi, upon taking over, said that the main thing he needs to do is get them all rowing in the same direction.
Sometimes when you get a new manager, you get that little bit of spirit and trying to impress the coach, and they've not done bad here, I have to say. 2 or 3 chances themselves on the counter-attack.
When Ignacio Martinez took over in December, they had a great Christmas period. They won 3 games and drew 1 of his first 4 before going back into freefall.
Well, they've lost 4 and drawn 3 of the last 7 games. That's the problem. That is the problem. They need to have a good finale. Now here's Messi. Is he going to give us a finale?
Nice little ball. Oh, now they bomb down the centre. Rakitic the most likely. There he is. Rising high is Marin. Rakitic again, and a fine tackle by Chimo Navarro.
Good first touch from Rakitic, Rob, and Chimo Navarro does really well here. He has to get it right. Take it quick.
It's Rakitic, keeper. Never could have been beaten on his near post. Wellington Silva. His imagination to get out of a tight spot. Thierry. Corona.
Good play.
It's a decent play this from Almeria. Thierry head down. Bounces off Alves, but he has a second stab of him. Dani Alves and wins the ball back precisely, cleanly.
I fancy Thierry on a 1-on-1 with any of them, Rob. He's just trying to get himself a 1-on-1. Dani Alves has done great getting back in there.
Luis Suarez. Lurking. Oh, tremendous from Luis Suarez. Well, that is what millions of pounds buys you.
Well, 15th goal this season, top draw, Rob. That is a superb finish. And you know, when he picks the ball up, he knew in his mind, I'm coming inside on my left foot, and it's going in the top left-hand corner. And even though Cuesta got a hand to it, he couldn't stop it. It's a quality finish. Super play here. 1-on-1, doesn't have that too often. Inside the defender, and whack. What a strike. And that's the points in the bag there, you have to say. Nothing else I could say about Casado. He's left in a 1-on-1 situation. Suarez does brilliant for me, though. Look at that angle.
Well, very similar to the goal from Lionel Messi in the first half. Got it out of his feet, cut the defender. Keeper thinks he has the angles covered, but then Suarez finds that extra inch.
See, Luis Enrique knows now the game's in the bag. 2-goal cushion. He can think about bringing on some subs, which is good. Substitution.
Wellington Silva, who's the attacking player, goes off, and it's the old man of the squad, Fernando Soriano, the oldest player to score in La Liga this season.
He's a target man. He's good in the air, I have to say. Very good in the air.
Lose a bit of pace, but they gain a little bit of know-how. This is Pedro. Xavi. Sergio Roberto. Lionel Messi. That goal came timidly, Jerry, didn't it? Just after Almeria had had a couple of decent runs.
It's going to open up now.
It's Adriano. Fires it right across the face. And Navarro did well, though there was an offside.
Yeah, I think Suarez was offside. Excellent early ball from Adriano. Again. Oh, he is offside. He's way offside. Maybe even two of them offside. This is the one I think Dani Alves does brilliant, coming back on Thierry. Look at it from this angle now. Suarez has got one defender to run against. Casado inside, left foot. Wonderful finish. Just absolutely world class.
Well, it is pretty much what they feared on the red tonight, being picked apart by Barcelona. No doubt about the offside. There we go. Mendes. That chance about 5-6 minutes ago, didn't it?
Yeah. 2 or 3 half chances, Rob. You know, they've looked pretty decent on the break. And they're on the break
Mendes
again.
has gone into the centre forwards position. Mascherano stops him. Textbook tackle. Xavi. Alves. Now the passes are a little sharper. The football a little slicker from Barcelona.
There's more space as
Pedro.
well, Rob. You see, they're starting to get spaces with Gumbel. They've got to throw players forward.
Mascherano finds it to keep Bravo. It's a good crowd at the Camp Nou tonight. I suppose it's still the holiday feel here in the city, with, being the Easter holiday. Club Museum busy as always.
La Semana Santa, they call it, Rob.
Well, tell me, on days like today, they get 10,000 visitors through the turnstiles of the museum. I used it myself as a paying punter a couple of weeks ago. Great way to spend 3 hours, no matter who you support. There's Rakitic. Goalkeeper has to switch.
I said it well, Rakitic from outside the box. Just saying earlier, he's only got 6 goals this season. Normally he's in double figures at this stage, but I think he had a freer role when he was playing for Sevilla.
He was leading this season with goals in all competitions, Rakitic. The Rey Champions League, La Liga, just spread them thinly between the competitions. Thierry, is that a corner?
It is. It come off Bartra, and Bartra's done really well again, Robin. Do you know what? The more games he gets, the better I think he's going to be. But he's always going to be second choice behind Piqué, Mascherano, and Mathieu. And Mathieu, the form he's in, he's a goal-a-game man, isn't he? Scored some big goals against Real Madrid, and obviously he got the winner last weekend against Celta Vigo.
Short to Chimo Navarro. Makes ground, but Luis Suarez has scored the second goal, preventing any comeback from Almeria.
That's the work ethic of Suarez. That's the other side of him. Robbie gets back and puts the effort in for the team.
Corona. Ahead of Soriano. Hooks it on its way from Adriano, and a high boot from Thierry.
Claudio Bravo had to be on his toes there. Well, 30 minutes to go, and let's see if there's going to be any decisions. Things were high. No complaint from Adriano.
Luis Enrique insisting he was picking a team that would guarantee, in his words, guarantee victory against Almeria tonight. There's a little discussion in Spain about the Busquets suspension. Some reports suggest that he may have picked up an easy yellow card to serve a suspension tonight before some more difficult games on the calendar. Fans sense there's something happening here. It's Messi with Rakitic as his decoy. Messi comes inside, sets on the whole Almeria defence. A flip to Suarez. Suarez overcooks it. The danger evaporates.
Not quite sure what he was trying to do. Lost the momentum when Messi comes inside. Not one but two players started to open up. That was the chance for Suarez maybe to get a striker goal.
Xavi. Suarez. Adriano asking a little bit too much of Pedro.
There you go, Montoya.
Try. Of course, the way things stand at this moment in time, Barcelona will go to 74 points. It'll be a 7-point gap. And Real Madrid kick off later on against Rayo Vallecano. Pedro to Xavi. Alves will make sense if Montoya is going to come on for Alves to be the player who's given a break here. Roberto to Xavi. Now Bartra. Time for change. It is Alves who's going to come off. Montoya will take his position on the right side of defence for the final quarter of the game.
It's fresh legs. Another opportunity for Montoya to get some more experience. Dani Alves is the better of the full-backs. They need to keep him safe and wrap in cotton wool if they have to ahead of the big games. But the 3 big away games, Rob. And certainly for me, the last one away to Atletico Madrid is a massive game. They've got the Sevilla and they've got Valencia. Away to Espanyol. It's not going to be easy either.
They make it a must-win for Real Madrid this evening against the Rayo Vallecano.
The next home game's a tough one, I think, as well, because they play Valencia at home. That's straight after the Paris Saint-Germain game, Rob, and you know what Valencia's like. Home or away, they'll not have had a game midweek. They'll be fresh. Got some really good players. And if Barcelona's below par, the gap could be cut. So that's why Real Madrid have to keep the pressure on, and they have to follow whatever result comes tonight from Barcelona. They have to follow it up with an equal result to keep it down to 4 points.
Here's Xavi. Roberto, it's like the master of the apprentice, isn't it, with Xavi? Been there, won it, done it all. Alongside him, Sergio Roberto, 12 years his junior.
His pass is so good. He has short and long passes. He's still excellent. He doesn't give the ball away very much, even now at this latter stages of his career. He plays the percentage passes. I just think a couple of years ago he wasn't making the penetrating passes, and that's why things started to happen and change for him.
Here's Mascherano to Xavi. Rakitic. Barcelona happy to play a game of possession football. 2 goals in the bank. 3 points as predicted, guaranteed. Almeria happy to play sparring partner tonight. Quick reminder what we have coming up next. Real Madrid, Rayo Vallecano, the 9 o'clock kickoff, part of our double-header tonight. Final game in this round of matches Thursday night. Athletic Bilbao home against Valencia. 7 o'clock start. On Saturday we're busy. Malaga at home against Atletico Madrid, followed by Sevilla against Barcelona. That's going to be a tough one for Barcelona. Sunday, David Moyes is at home. Real Sociedad against Deportivo La Coruña, followed by Cordoba Elche. And a look back on a busy 10 days or so in Revista at 6 o'clock. Meanwhile, another one of the senior stars is taken out of the firing line. Rakitic and Rafinha has had plenty of playing time this season. Gets 23 minutes or so to shine.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Rafinha. He's had a great season. It's better every time I see him. And do you know what? He's only 21 and he's got so much more to offer, I think. And watch him develop over the coming years. We were talking earlier about Sergio Samper. Rob, I haven't seen much of him, and he's another one who I think is quality. 18-year-old anchorman in midfield. He's kept in by Pedro.
He's stepped over from Pedro. There is another wave of players coming through, of course. Jerry Almeria, who started the season in the first team, and Sandro Ramirez, who waited with 4 goals when Suarez was out of things. Sergio Samper, another one as well.
Good ball.
It's a good ball through to Adriano. Corner passer.
Excellent play. Messi's picked out that run from Adriano, left foot. Pedro's taken the full-back in and left the space, cuts it back. Soriano puts it out for the corner.
Pushed in. Good defending by Soriano. Here's Adriano. Pedro. Tempting. Partey wisely pulled it on its way. Thomas Partey.
He's done so well. Hard-working central midfield player, Thomas, and that was a good ball in from Pedro as well.
Attempt from Rafinha.
Sergio's going to make a substitution as well. And Zongo about to come on.
Taking a while finding the correct shirt, looking for the number 19 somewhere in the kit bag. Zongo is one of those wildly unpredictable style of players. Let's go against Barcelona beating last season.
He's got a couple of goals this season, and I think they're hoping he can pull one out of the bag now. They need a goal somewhere. Coming up to just 20 minutes left on the clock. Isn't looking good for Almeria at this moment in time.
Well, for Barcelona, it's been an exercise in professionalism, keeping the ball rolling. Way off their maximum tonight, but of course what they don't want to do is fall back to their minimum. That won't be allowed to happen as long as Xavi's on the field directing things. This is Pedro, Messi, Rafinha to Montoya. Now Messi, Xavi. Movement from Suarez, back to Montoya. Rafinha. Tired legs out there in the stripes of Almeria. Montoya's cross, plays it back. Oh, it's a good move. And It required a little bit better finish than that from Pedro.
It's an excellent move. They kept possession so well. The passing was slick, Rob. One touch here. Rafinha involved. Goes out wide. Good cut back from Montoya. Stretches his leg out, Pedro, and hits the target. Forces the save from Cuesta. Oh, well done, Sergio Roberto.
He's had a neat and tidy game in that holding position.
Hasn't he just?
Sergio Roberto. We've seen him play several roles the fleeting season, the last couple of seasons. Normally bombing forward down the right. Roberto has held his discipline tonight. Meanwhile, Edgar Mendes had one great chance just after half-time. Didn't make the most of it. Will get no more chances. His replacement is Jonathan Zongo.
It's another one, fresh legs, hopefully. Turn the pace will get them an opportunity to try and get back into the game. I just don't see it happening for Almeria. Barcelona look like they could score a goal themselves if they wanted to.
Mascherano. Adriano to Xavi.
Another one's done well, Rob. Bartra, very consistent. And Sergio Roberto, not really done anything wrong, and offside against Suarez.
Seems like it's a pace for Luis Suarez to actually make his Barcelona debut. Came into that high-profile game against Real Madrid. And then he did feature against Almeria, which is his third La Liga game. He has half a season under his belt now. He's starting to hit the headlines with goals. Maybe some way off his tally with Liverpool last year, where he got 31 goals.
He was the main man, though. Everything was going through him. Here, everything goes through Messi and Neymar.
Starts the move, spots a small gap, doesn't need much of a gap. Now Pedro, Messi runs to try to get on the end of it, but he's trapped.
Montoya pushing forward just like Dani Alves would.
Corner, free header, simple goal. Not exactly a bullet from Bartra, but he's happy with it. It's a rarity for Marc Bartra. His first La Liga goal of the season.
That's it, his first goal of the season in La Liga, and that's a great goal. But again, Rob, his run's good. He's headed the ball downwards. He's done everything right. He's not put a foot wrong at the back for me. He's done excellent. There he is, attacks the ball. I don't know who's picking him up. But he's allowed to get a march on them, and well, I can see who's picking him up. Trujillo, and he's a yard away from him in the end. It's a good goal.
His last goal was a pretty big one. It was in the cup final last year. But you can see the delight of Marc Bartra, who's had a very good season. There's a bit of the Puyol about his style of play. He's not the tallest of central defenders, but he's committed.
Neither was Puyol, Rob.
Exactly. Told Carlos Puyol, Jerry has reported that he may be making a playing comeback in the United States for the Colorado Rapids.
There's a rapid turn of pace here.
Against Xavi. And a flamboyant fly from Bravo.
Good turn of pace for Mascherano there. Doesn't stop and get the cross in, though, in the end. Xavi, who's been a threat tonight. Looking for the substitute, Zongo.
It's the striker on loan from Espanyol. Will be familiar to West Brom fans. He played half a dozen games for West Brom last year and He's got a couple of goals. Shrub. Taken by Pedro. Now Adriano. Xavi.
Good ball.
Beautiful ball from Xavi. Montoya knocked it back. Wonderful Xavi moment. Excellent vision. Bartra. Now Xavi. Pedro started his run. He timed it well.
He was onside, Rob. Thumbs up as well. Plays off the shoulder of the last defender. He was bundled over there. Look at this one on Pedro. He wasn't too happy with Thomas's challenge on him.
It's the 26th time this season that Barcelona have managed at least 3 goals in a game. Last couple of wins driven both by a single goal. Vital goals from Matthew, who scored back-to-back against Real Madrid, and then the winner at the weekend against Celta de Vigo.
Well, this is going to be 20 wins out of 21 games, Rob. They've only lost 1 in their last 21, and that was the Malaga defeat. On a very good run at the moment.
Xavi to Pedro. Rafinha. Messi. Digging in. He's one that has shown a lot of guts tonight.
He's worked hard, to be fair to him. He's strong and he's quick. He'd have fancied a one-on-one. He just didn't get one. Another substitution for Almeria.
Third and final change, and it's the veteran Mane who will come on. It's just an insurance policy, damage limitation for Almeria.
Mane's more defensive-minded than Espinosa, who's come off, Rob. I think you're right. And don't want to concede any more goals. 3-0, the game's over.
You can see Sergio's thinking, can't you, taking off an attacking midfield player and bringing on an out-and-out veteran defender in Mane. Pedro comes back. Anything that could be done by Casado is to give the corner away. Teased it, a brilliant one from Messi. Protected by Messi, and you know what happens next from there with Messi. But the referee's to sit on the far side, has spoiled his fun.
I'm not sure he was offside. Did he give it for a little nudge? Because I thought he was level with the full-back, Rob. There's a little bit of a clash there. I'd like to see it again. Well, I think he's just asked him, Falta. And he said, yeah, Falta. It looks like it was a free kick for a foul. I don't think he was offside. Let's see. Yep, player goes down very easy. How much contact? Well, I'm not sure. Only Casano will know that.
Bit of a let-off for Almeria. Soriano. A 3-0 defeat here is pretty routine for them. They've now conceded 50 goals against Barcelona in 16 matches. The worst, of course, is a couple of, 5 years ago now, when they were hammered 8-0, the biggest loss Almeria have suffered in top-flight football.
Barcelona scored 84 league goals, Rob. This is their, obviously, 30th game. So 84 league goals in 30 games, which is averaging close to 3 goals a game.
Ball through comes the busy Soriano was trying to cushion it down. A long trawl back for Suarez. Almost does himself some damage in his desperate attempt to get to the throw out from his keeper. Sergio, the new man in charge, getting off to a losing start. So that can't be said of his predecessors, because they didn't have too disastrous a start to the season. Almeria, under the original coach Francisco, they only lost one of the opening 4 games. There's Messi. There's that little turbocharge. Thomas contain him.
Managed just to get a toe poke on it as he went past him, knocked it away. He's hungry for more goals.
Bartra to Xavi. Now Pedro. Xavi.
Very determined is Thomas.
Thomas Partey concedes the free kick. It's a little heavy-handed. I'm sure Messi was quite happy for the rest. Now, this is why the goal was disallowed.
It's a bunch in the back there. That's why he's been given off. Well, it wasn't offside, it was for a foul. I've seen him asking the referee, and the referee said falta.
A grand distance to try to beat the keeper, but Messi goes for it. The wall does its job. Messi take 2 to Xavi. Adriano. Mascherano. See much of him tonight, but he's down there on the shop floor, trying to prompt his players going. Doesn't want them to slack. Desperately doesn't want any injuries or anything foolish to be done tonight. As Suarez takes a tumble, Casado catching him. We want to keep this momentum going. Sevilla away from home at the weekend, and then Valencia, one of the former sides in La Liga, on the back of that, with Paris Saint-Germain not much in between. Yeah,
that's why it's a difficult one, I think, Rob. Valencia here at the Nou Camp, straight after the Paris Saint-Germain game. And then the away game to Espanyol, away to Sevilla, away to Atletico Madrid. There's still a lot of games to be played, and a lot of points to be won.
8 to go.
98 points is what they can get. That's the maximum they can get, 98.
Shot from a shorter distance a moment ago. Messi once more, takes a deflection, and the goalkeeper was fortunate to see that land in the palms of his gloves.
It's someone in the wall, yeah. Well, I think he was happy to come off Zongo, and in the end nestles into Cuesta's hands. If it had a went in, would it have been Messi's goal? And the next question.
They've been claiming it. It's tight at the top of the Chichi. Messi 33, Ronaldo 36. He's hoping to extend that in our next game coming up in about 20 minutes' time. Real Madrid, Rayo Vallecano.
Well, big game, big derby game for Real Madrid. Sergio Roberto is picking up Soriano. It's a mismatch.
Touch tight, I think, is the expression. There they are. Cuesta. He's chasing everything. Well done, Thierry. It's undoubtedly Almeria's man of the match. He feels this is a good shop window for a player who it appears may not have a long-term future in his parent club Espanyol. Pedro. Messi. Messi motors into the area. The only decision for the referee, was it inside or out?
Well, it's a tight one, and Casano again, he's been caught out. On one-on-ones, he's been caught out 2 or 3 times. Suarez scored the second goal going past him on the inside. He fouled Suarez, what, about 2 minutes ago when he let the ball run across him. Well, he catches him just on the edge of the box, Rob. Just on the edge. That's a very tough one to call for the officials. I think they've just about got it right.
It's a team who've had 99 yellow cards this season. That was the first of the evening, though, for Almeria. They've behaved themselves. Club who's had 5 red cards in 5 matches as well. I would imagine that discipline is at the top of Serge's list. Right, where did it take place? The referee gives it benefit of that. It was outside.
Just a couple of inches outside. He falls inside, but the first contact was outside. I think the officials have got it spot on. It's a good angle, though, for Messi to have a pop at.
He's had a couple of practice shots in the last 5 minutes. Wall did its job last time.
That's the angle he scored the first goal from.
Messi. Decent save from Julian Cuesta. Would have been a mistake had he not kept that one out, but still had to be saved. A couple of minutes for Barcelona to find the 4th goal. Xavi. He's done well on the left side of the defence, the former Malaga man. Touré gives it away. Thierry. Towards Zongo. I'm not sure he's actually touched the ball since coming on Zongo. Mind you, Almeria have hardly touched the ball, just 32% of the possession.
Every team that comes to the Nou Camp, Rob, they're lucky if they get 32 or 34%. Barcelona usually dominate. It's what they do with the passes and how many shots at goal they have, and in the end, it took them 25-30 minutes to break them down.
Great pass from him. Good take from Montoya. Now Suarez. Messi drive just a millisecond too late. Well, Suarez and Messi the scores.
Good cover, Mascherano.
Quiet, efficient, tidy. Some people scoffed that he was a national team manager's selection for the Ballon d'Or last year. But it's very rare that we see Mascherano have a bad game.
He's a great pro. He can play at anchorman in midfield. He can play at the back of the push. But I think as an anchorman in midfield, that's his best position. He reads the situation very well. He sees situations through that experience he's gained. It's a decent pass from him as well.
Almeria can be heartened by the performance tonight. Will be their 3rd successive defeat. I mean, they've gone 8 games without a win. But they've shown heart tonight. This man Thierry has caused problems. It's untidy from Montoya.
He wasn't quick enough for Thierry, I'll tell you, and he's leaning on him. Interesting seeing Thierry on a better side than Almeria.
Final chance, maybe. Soriano put his final chance ever to score against Barcelona. He's now 35 years of age. The shaven-headed midfield man is in there again. Oh, what a goal! Pick of the evening.
Goodness. Oh, he's disallowed it.
Oh, referee.
Oh, my goodness. Thomas has scored a screamer.
He gets a chance like that and score a goal like that once in a lifetime against Barcelona.
Oh,
He's just going to have to stop the DVD before that flag goes up to show his grandchildren.
Where is that spoiled sport on the far side, Rob? What a great goal.
You know what's coming next, don't you? Barcelona fourth. Here's Xavi. Messi doesn't get upstaged by anybody. This is his stage. Thomas Partey coming back up. Heartbreaking is that.
He's worked so hard. I really do feel for him, Rob. It was a great strike.
Diaby does well. Just stands his ground. So Bartra, Sergio Roberto tonight. Adriano players have come into the side. All have good, safe, 7.5, 8 out of 10 performances, haven't they?
That's what you want, though, isn't it? People who can come in consistent, steady, no frills, no spills, do the job. Oh, Pedro's onside.
Pedro, as he's timed it well, enters the penalty area. Goalkeeper commits a long way and leaves the freedom of the penalty area for Luis Suarez. He will go down in history as a 4-0 scoreline for Barcelona as they are edging closer to the title.
And another goal for Suarez, which he thoroughly deserves. But Pedro broke the offside trap. First touch was good. He knew Suarez was free, just sticks it across, and Quest is asking for offside. He's not offside.
Luis Suarez gets himself into double figures in La Liga for Barcelona, courtesy of a fine ball from Pedro. Well, a neat and tidy, at times conservative performance from Barcelona. The referee concludes what effectively was a midweek walk in the park. One quick chance to see why the goal was not allowed. Not entirely clear on that. Maybe it was the foul from Soriano at the near post. And I think there's going to be some strong words from his teammate Thomas Partey, who's disappointed didn't score against Barcelona. Just the 4 on the night, all of them for Barcelona.
Yes, the stats will show Barcelona dominated the game. 4-0, probably a fair result, although it is a shame Almeria's goal was disallowed at the end. Not really the performance we were looking for from the leaders, but got 4 goals, should I say, a clean sheet, and Luis Enrique can be pretty happy.